Namaste everyone. Thank you for joining in this video. So in my last video where I discussed about the aspects of the third house, I got a few requests on my messenger saying that I should cover the planets and the signs in the third house. So this video is an attempt on covering the various planets in the third house. And today we'll be looking at the planets starting from the sun till Jupiter. And in the next part of this video, we'll be looking at the other planets. But then before we go into the meat of the topic, kindly subscribe to the channel if you have not done that already. And please leave behind your valuable feedback in the comment section if you want me to cover something else which I have not been able to cover in my recent videos. Okay. So as you know, the third house is responsible for your intellectual potential, your mental activity, your subconscious thinking, and also the ability to take decisions. And this house also has a lot of impact on the process of education and how effective your communication is with the people around you. Okay. The third house, as I said in my last video, it is one of the most neglected houses of the horoscope, but it becomes very important to analyze your third house when you decide to open your own business, start a business project, or simply improve your brain activity. And, if you do a proper analysis of the third house, then you will end up being on the profitable side because, the third house is under the auspicious influence of Mercury. Remember, Gemini is the third sign of the zodiac, and Mercury is the god of profit and enrichment. Okay, so third house also relates to training. Third house also relates to teaching activities, your intellectual sphere, as well as your preferences in communication. Okay, and as I said, any planet placed in the third house is going to carry the effect of Mercury as well as the effect of Mars, because remember, Mars is the Karaka, the Naisargika Karaka, or the natural significator of the third house. Okay, so coming to the planets, if Sun is placed in the third house of the natal chart or of the horoscope, so the presence of the Sun determines or gives a strong love for learning as well as erudition. Okay, these natives are ready to constantly learn something new, show a keen interest in learning, and are not afraid to ask when something is not clear to them. They are very energetic and inquisitive by nature, and they have this ability to systemize the received data and analyze that data so that it helps them in their professional activities. Okay, so these people will be distinguished by their innate ability to express thoughts clearly, have a very open character and a very amiable way of dealing with people. So by and large, these people, they are very pleasant and easy to communicate with. And these natives, they like to contact or remain in touch with intellectually developed, interlocutors, replenishing the baggage of personal knowledge in communication with them. Okay. But then on the flip side, these people have an excessive trait or excessive love for demonstrating their merits. So that can be a bit turn off if you interact with these people. Okay. If the moon goes to the third house of the natal chart, then such a person is going to be very sensitive, sometimes overly emotional, dreamy. They'll tend to hide their inner world from others. And these people are keenly interested in everything that is happening around them, but they don't like to open up. Okay, so they have a very sensitive nature, and because of this, they remember life situations that happened to them for a long time. Okay, so these people are very dreamy, and they are often found to be moving from place to place. Remember, third house is also the house of short distance travels, and the moon, we know it is the fastest traveling planet. Okay, so they are not usually inclined to come forward in a dangerous situation, but at the same time, they are the ones who will not be tormented by their conscience much. Okay, if Mars goes to the third house of the natal chart, then these people, they have a very excitable nervous system. Okay, remember, Mars represents the nerves in your body, so this makes them nervous and anxious more than necessary. And these people are characterized by an unshakable faith in the implementation of personal plans, determination and vigilance. So these people are distinguished by the strength of the mind and as well as their enthusiasm, and they have this tendency of being very impulsive in their behavior. Okay, and that necessitates the development of abilities for analysis. Okay, so sometimes their lives are made difficult by their own impulsiveness as well as by their own emotional way of looking at things. And these people, they will spend a lot of energy interacting with their environment. Okay, so presence of Mars in the third house determines that there is a great love in the native for constant short distance traveling. Okay, Mercury in the third house is very good for skills. Okay, it indicates an inexhaustible interest in the world around you. Okay, these people are very sociable by nature, and they are very well trained to how to behave in the society, how to be in the society, and they love to acquire new knowledge so much that they are ready to take on the study of different sciences in parallel. Okay, so this approach to learning is fraught with the fact that the information received can be superficial. Okay, remember, these people, they are constantly on the lookout for more information, and as they are on this lookout, they can sometimes become, sometimes their learning can sometimes become superficial. Okay, their learning might just be on the surface without getting easily internalized. Okay, but on the positive side, these people are very, very easy and fun to communicate with. They can keep up the conversation on any topic, and everyone around notices and quickly analyzes the information received. Okay, so these people are characterized by directness. They are not inclined to embellish reality, and they express their attitude to something that others often take for rudeness. Okay, Jupiter in the third house is said to not perform very well. Jupiter, the third house is said to be the Marankaran Sthan for Jupiter. But on the positive side, these people have a very well developed intuition, okay, a penchant for philosophical understanding of the world around them. And they are great analyzers of situations. Okay, so in general, individuals of this category, they are conservatives, they are optimists and very tactful. And the presence of Jupiter in the third house often helps the native to reveal his or her intellectual potential. These people can easily perceive new knowledge and are surrounded by the love of relatives, neighbors and comrades. Okay. On the flip side, these people have a very restless disposition and a constant need for movement. Okay, they need to be constantly busy with new things. And such natives with Jupiter in the third house, they need to monitor the rationality of the expenditure of forces. Okay, now the negative features of such individuals will include excessive self-confidence, lack of pragmatism, and a great amount of inability to delve into the essence of problems in details, despite having the natural mind as well as the capacity of deep thinking. Okay, so this was about the planets in the third house from Sun till Jupiter. In the next part of this video, we'll be covering the other planets. As always, please share the content with your friends and family if you find it useful. And I'll see you soon in the second part of this video. Namaste. Om Gurave Namaha.